Welcome to Andrea Lake 101, the making of a billionaire dirty tea with Erin and Kate from Little Blue Cart. Ladies, welcome back to the show.
Cheers.
Cheers. So you guys know that I drink adult beverages while I am doing dirty tea. And tonight, Erin and Kate also are joining me with an adult beverage. Why don't you guys let me know what you're having? I'm having Sancerre white wine, which is lovely. And I got it because I found out it's Taylor Swift's favorite. So I'm like, I have to try Sancerre then.
That's perfect. That's awesome.
What do you have over there, Erin?
Oh, I have vodka and a sundry of juices in it to make it go down a little easier.
That sounds perfect.
And my favorite glass, my new favorite glass.
So it's Lucid Glassworks, and you can find that on littlebluecart.com.
That's right.
That's right.
Nice. And what do you have over there, Miss Kate?
I just have a seltzer of some sort that I poured into a mug. So my kids don't know exactly what I'm drinking right away. It'll become obvious.
Relatable. Relatable. Okay, friends, I switched to my very favorite Papillon red wine because that white wine was ungood. And so Erin and Kate, can you please verify that I do not know the questions that are going to be asked?
She does not know the questions.
Very good. Ladies, I'm going to give the floor to you, and you can ask the questions in any way, any order that you would like. The floor is yours.
Kate, do you want to start or do you want me to start? I'll go first. So we're going to start off, and I have this innate ability to not remember answers that were given previous. So you might be asked a same question in a different way, and we'll just see if any of your listeners notice the difference. How about that?
That sounds like a very good plan.
Okay. What is something that makes your day instantly better?
Rico and good coffee. So just seeing my dog be happy because he is the happiest dog. I have always said, like, every single one of my dogs has been so expressive and so many different faces, but Rico has like 100 different ways to smile. He is the happiest, best feeling animal ever. I know everybody feels that way about their dog, and everybody's right.
Oh, absolutely. So what is your favorite coffee?
Oh,
I know you're drinking Turkish right now. But what kind of coffee do you typically drink?
I do love a good Turkish coffee. I really do. And for the beans, I just go with any high-end local roaster. I am particularly liking Ultra coffee based out of San Diego, but I also love Kaladi Brothers coffee from Alaska. And then what I do, a fucking pro tip, is I get the Trader Joe's dark chocolate peanut butter cups, and I put 2.5 into a 16-ounce thermos. I, on a Bialetti, get the espresso and pour it over the top. And it has to be the Trader Joe's ones because the other ones are too sweet. So it's like cuts the sweetness in half. Unless you like really sweet things, then you can use a really sweet one. But dark chocolate, and then Nut Pods almond creamer is my like perfect. I have that almost every day, unless I go to the Turkish place near my house, which has their coffee is so good.
That sounds amazing.
Okay.
It's a hard life.
Yeah, I know, right? That's the no child life it sounds dreamy at times.
Advantages to both, for sure. When people are like,
absolutely.
Oh, there's women in their 50s and they don't have children. Their life is devoid of meaning. And I'm like, cool.
Yeah. Okay. If that makes you feel better, tell yourself that.
I will
keep
cry
going, Erin. I like your question.
Okay, I have another one. What's something impulsive that you purchased late at night that you absolutely did not need to buy?
Okay, Lego sets don't count because I absolutely did need to buy.
Yes, you did.
Oh, yes. Okay. It is right behind me, actually, if you're watching on audio only. And
I see it.
It is a toaster by, let me see who it's by because it's a small business. This is the prettiest toaster, and I like the other side even better. For those of you listening on audio only, it's like a hand-painted look to a toaster. It's like almost like a sagey pea green at the top and gold and rust color. And it's such pretty artwork, and it's by Hazel Quinn, which I had never heard of this electronics company before, which leads me to believe it's a small one. I think they might be based in the UK. So I'm not sure where they're based, but we're going to make sure that they're on Little Blue Cart. And when
that would be amazing.
Yes. When I bought this, I was like, I didn't realize exactly how well that this would match my house, but I kind of sort of thought so. It is like they designed a toaster specifically to go into my house. It's
nice.
It's a perfect match.
It's very pretty. We love that.
And I had another toaster. I really didn't need a different toaster, but I just liked it so much.
Listen, if you're going to have a toaster, it might as well be pretty.
1,000,000%.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, keep going, Erin. I like your questions.
Okay.
Mine are the ones I came up with. They're like not as fun. These are good, like icebreaker lead-in questions, and then
and if they get mildly inappropriate, we'll just
I've done so many
later.
inappropriate ones. You're fine.
Okay. Maybe I'm embarrassed to ask some, so I'll have to be careful.
Now I'm so
But
curious.
maybe I just keep drinking. No. Now I'm starting to sweat. I'm all nervous. What is your pleasure reality show?
If I watch reality, it's going to be more like a competition reality show.
Yeah.
I'm literally going to recommend people watch this $1 Million Secret on Netflix because it's one of my favorite. I believe they're coming out with another season. It's one of my favorite Lego shows of like, I can put together Legos. This is intriguing enough. And there's $1 million and there's a bunch of different boxes and the casting is impeccable because it's not like super dramatic people. It's basically like normal people from different segments of life who have to keep this secret that they have this $1 million, and whoever ends up at the end with $1 million in their box wins the $1 million.
That's fun.
It is
I would so lose. Yeah. I tell everybody everything. You ask a question, I'm answering it. I'll just put myself out. You know. But let me finish my story.
Go ahead. Yeah. I would win the shit out of that show.
Yeah, you would.
I really would. I never tell people that I want to be on TV shows. I've been offered a lot of TV shows and I almost always decline. And I told my friend Rafael Dorival, who works on that show, I was like, I actually want to be on this show for real. I want to get cast on this show. And he's like, oh, babe, I'm so sorry. I'm a casting producer on the show. And I know you personally, so you cannot get cast on the show. And I was like, that's cool.
Darn.
Because I would way rather see what you fucking put together anyhow. It's a fun show,
so I feel like this is a good, for people that don't know or really want more of the scoop, you have been on a reality TV competition show. How the hell do you even get on? How did that happen?
Possibly that's true. So the way that I got on, and I did a whole podcast series on it, so you can watch it within Andrea Lake 101 Secrets of The Apprentice. It's a 9-part series of the show. And the way that I got on was one of my mentors, who I am still friends with to this day, Dr. Richard Levac, was a casting director on early day reality TV, Survivor, Apprentice, Amazing Race. He is a world-renowned psychologist. And I've known him for basically my whole adult life since I was like 27 years old. He called me one day when I had already made my first $1 million, millions of dollars, and said, hey, somebody just dropped out that has a similar profile type to you for Survivor season 2. Do you want to do Survivor? And I was like, Richard, they had to eat rats on that show. I'm good. There's easier ways to make $1 million, brother. I am okay. And then he called me a few months later, I don't remember, and said, hey, there's been a dropout on like some season of Amazing Race of a recently broken up couple. And I had very recently broken up with an adorable, lovely man that I had dated for like 4.5 years. Do you want to go on? And we still were very good friends. So I called him. I said, no, we do not. But I did call my ex and say, we did get offered this. And he was like, oh, babe, we would not be friends. We would be no longer.
That would be the end of that.
Then Apprentice came along, and Richard for years had been saying that you are who they are looking for. You are attractive and in your early 30s and a fucking baller entrepreneur. Do you want to be on The Apprentice? And I was like, no, I'm too busy. And then season 5 came around and he called me and he said, hey, this is the last season the show is going to be on the air. This is it. Which was not true.
The number 1 rated show was being canceled? I didn't know that was how do you cancel a number 1 rated show?
Good question. So it had run its course, and then it really ran its course all of the fucking way into the ground because it did keep going after that. But that was a common thing. And so Richard is like, I think it would be good a life experience for you. And the reason he told me to do it actually was because I'd had such a high degree of control over my whole life that he wanted me to have the experience of taking my credit cards away, my phone away, my contacts away, my Rolodex away. I have a crazy Rolodex, which is how like when I'm like, oh, $2 million in debt, no fucking worries. Just check back in on me in 3 years. I'll be fine. It was a trip. It was a crazy, wild experience. And there is a whole really dive deep series into it. So if you like this conversation that's happening about The Apprentice, go check out the Secrets of the Apprentice series.
But okay, so what are the things that I think is crazy? Sorry, Erin.
Oh no, please jump in.
Craziest about that is that you were, what'd you say, early 30s?
Yeah, I was 32. I was 31 when I filmed it and 32 when it aired.
And you had already made millions because you started making businesses as like a teenager. Like how does that even happen? Like what?
I know.
Do you think you just like it was always a thing you were going to do? Like how does that even happen?
Mm-hmm. So when I was a kid, I was always the kid that was like, I'm going to do a little roller skate talent show and we're going to charge 25 cents, which was a lot of money for a 5-year-old in the, late 70s, early 80s. Or I'm going to do this lemonade stand, or I'm going to do this whatever, sell something for money. And then along came Price Club, which was the predecessor to Costco. And I could go buy candy bars for like a whole box of them for nothing and sell them at school for like 25 cents or 30 cents or however much. They could think they cost 25 cents at 7-Eleven. Right. I could sell them at school for like 50 cents because scarcity. Yeah. So I'm hustling my little fucking grade school friends. That's me. And then I start making these rhythm sticks because I was a professional fire dancer. With Jane's Addiction.
Of course you were.
Of course I was. The name of my book is called You're Going to Think I'm a Pathological Liar. So if you just came in here because you know Little Blue Cart and you're friends with Erin and Kate, or you just heard about this some way through a reel because you like Little Blue Cart. The name of my book.
That's why I feel like I'm want to like get to these basics because like we're friends with you, we follow you, like, but there's still so many layers to Andrea.
Yes.
We've only scratched the surface. So I feel like this is a good like refresher recap.
I feel like it is too.
All the things.
I really do. Because here's the deal. Here's the real fucking dirty tea. Mommy's got a little buzz, and I'm going to let you in on a secret. I haven't been able to be super public on social media because the company that I am rebuilding, stickerjunkie.com, is a custom product company, which means we can only actually grow so quickly because we're in-house manufacturing the new orders in real time. So there's a whole lot of considerations that our fucking banger Chief Operations Officer, Mr. Brian Burling, figures out on our behalf. But Brian informs me of when we can scale. Like, okay, we're ready. Okay, we can take 2 or 3 times or 4 times, however many orders. I just had a conversation with him this morning. I need to know when we can launch these sticker packs because that's going to kick up our sales. And we're just about to release holographic glitter and prism. That's going to kick up our sales. So we have to plan in advance for when I'm even allowed to post on social because my stories are so completely motherfucking insane that it is just guaranteed at some point that it will go viral. And so I can't go viral quite yet, which is why, and that's why that's not out of the bag. And ladies, this little fucking dirty tea podcast, this might be the one that we start to release. So
of course.
Yay, recaps welcome. Let's all take a sip.
Cheers.
Okay. What is something that you have procrastinated about for so long that it became part of your personality trait?
Everything, rebuilding Sticker Junkie. Yeah. Literally going in and rebuilding my companies because I was retired for 7 years. And I'm also a quant trader because I'm a pathological liar. And one of my trading mentors, I've had 2, was Jim Rogers, George Soros's trading partner at the Quantum Fund. I know I sound like a pathological liar because I just am. So I had written this trading system that took me 3 actual full years to write. And I knew the whole time that my businesses were in trouble, but it was like my trading system was performing so well. It was performing above 400% compounding returns annual that I was going to surpass the loss rate in Sticker Junkie. And then I didn't. And I should have done it years earlier than I did, maybe a decade earlier than I did.
So, have to have Sticker Junkie get to the point where you have to come in and turn it around. What does that even look like?
It's awesome. It's super fun. You should try it.
No, thank you.
No, I don't have enough hair on my head to do that.
Like,
0%. It is all of the shitty and fucked and hard that you would possibly imagine that it would be. It's insanity. So what it actually looked like was I was hemorrhaging cash. I was losing $1,562 a day. But here is the actual story. I also was a quant trader, so I understand market movements like a lot, like an insane degree lot. And I have a risk mitigated system that I wrote that was performing at 482% annual growth. Wildly, last year in Sticker Junkie, we did exactly 482% growth, which makes me think that we live in a simulation because that's insane that it scored the exact same percentage.
Yeah.
Yes. So there is a crypto has insane volatility. It goes up to like something and it will drop 90% down. And that's what I trade in, not because I love crypto, but because it has the most volatility. And I bought a lot of hundreds of thousands of dollars worth of a crypto called Solana for $10 a share. And then I had a sell order at 180, a buyback in order at 132, a sell order at 220, a buyback order in 132, sell back order at 180, a buyback order at $80. And all of that has happened. So I would have made like 14 or 17 million dollars off of that couple $100,000. However, I had to sell all of my Solana to pay off the IRS so I wouldn't get arrested by the IRS when I bought it at 10 and I sold it at 18. And so everything else, I missed out on all of that. And so when I was losing $1,562, you guys, a day, you guys, I didn't realize the loss rate was that bad, which how do you not know? I was made to not know, but I didn't realize how bad it was. And if I would have been able to hold out within my trading system for 3 or 4 more months, you would not know who I am, because I would not have come back into the company and be public with my story. I was always very, very private when I was retired. I've been very, very private since The Apprentice because I had a stalker and I did not want, I felt super exposed being on television and I wanted to be really private. Mm-hmm. That's the real story right there.
Yeah.
Dirty.
And you were private. You were private for 7 years? Is that like you were?
No, I was private for almost 20. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Oh, wow. I didn't realize it was that
even
long.
Still, yes. So even still, when I go online, I'll like post something and it'll start to go viral and like all these massive influencers will share it because I fucking ask them to within the water cooler. And then it'll get like lots and lots of views. And then I'll just be like, I don't think I've posted on my Instagram in like 4 weeks because I can't handle it than I have right now. Okay, listeners, here's what just happened. So we're having a little cocktail, ladies. Cheers.
Cheers.
I have been waiting all day for my lead designer to go ahead and send me over the comps for the sticker packs that we're doing on Little Blue Cart. What is a sticker pack? Yeah, it's a really good question. That is a new thing that we're doing over at Sticker Junkie right now, where we meet with lovely, amazing folks like Erin and Kate from Little Blue Cart, who, guess what, besties, have not fucking paid themselves in the last 2 years that you have been seeing Little Blue Cart. Ladies, we need to all fix all of that because you have a huge audience and we all want to support you. So I was like, hey, how about this? I know that we all want for your site to be rebuilt in a way that is friendly to Shopify. And so let's just sell these customized sticker packs that all of your people really, really want. And we'll sell them for $25. And what we can afford at Sticker Junkie is to have Erin and Kate get $7 of that. And you guys get to support them. And you get super fucking cute stickers on your water bottles and laptops and cell phone and all of the things. I am just showing them right now in real time what the comps are going to look like. So you're going to get their actual reaction. If you're on audio only, you can check this out on YouTube. We're obviously going to fucking make a reel of this on Instagram. We're filming Dirty Tea. My teeth are purple. Just deal with it. I'm so ready for this. I can't even believe how cute they are. David he just is so talented. The way that sticker packs work is that we in-house, we design stuff for people and say, hey, we think this is your vibe. And then we do back and forth with the artists. What I'm about to show them right now is a rough cut. This is not what they're going to look like. They're only going to get better from here. And they're already fucking adorable.
The other ones we've seen. I mean, the other ones you guys have done.
Yeah.
Are so good. So
we're working on some with other people in the water cooler. And I've shown them little peeks of what the process looks like. But these are the ones from Little Blue Cart.
Oh, yeah.
They're so good.
They're so cute. So I already have thoughts. We're going to do some that are just only words without any characters on them because we want people to be able to integrate them within their own shop if they just want to shop local ones. So they won't all be quite so hard branded. And then also a lot of them will be like prism, glitter, holographic. And then yes. And then we'll do a sticker sheet that has a little information about you where a bunch of these little characters peel out. But I'm obsessed. But then now I have a poison the well because I'm not supposed to give my feedback first. I'm supposed to hear your feedback first. So that you just all learned something here, entrepreneurs. What do you guys think?
I can totally see the one with like the little shop, the storefront that says shop your values, that being like something that somebody has at their register, showing that they are a business here on a Little Blue Cart. I love this.
It's so fun.
I do too. I do too.
Yeah.
I also want a separate, different looking artwork that just says like support local business, shop local in an artwork style that every person is just going to want to put as a sticker, as like a front of window sticker that just really small at the bottom says little blue carpet. This is such a good starting place. I'm really excited.
Awesome.
I love the shopping bag with a thumbs up. I think that's
I saw that too.
So if you are on audio only and you missed out, you can check it out on YouTube. But you guys, that is the best first pass that I have ever seen, ever, with one of our sticker packs. And we're doing a lot of them for a lot of our friends right now. I can't wait to see how these come out. Perhaps we'll even let your audience vote on which versions they like the best.
That would be fun.
That would be fun.
Besties into this.
Yeah. We're a bunch of women. We have opinions. I would love to hear theirs.
Fucking fair. And you guys, I'm not kidding you. I've had to redevelop stuff when it was already developed and had already paid for development, and then the development needed to be done in a different way. Babies, we need to sell some of these packs so these ladies have money to switch this over to Shopify. Optimistically 20 to 30 grand, but perhaps more. So if we could sell like 4,000 or 5,000 of these, that would be just fucking great. Let's please, go share this and let people know to go buy them. Cheers
to that.
Cheers. We'll drink to that for sure.
Okay, so I do have another question.
Yes, please.
What is something that you pretend to have all together but you absolutely do not have?
My whole entire life. Start to finish, top to bottom.
How do you do that though? Like for somebody like me who I need rigidity, I need things to be planned out. I need to know what the expectations are. I need to know like all the things so that I know that I'm on track. I couldn't live with like the unknowns and the blue eye yonders. I just can't do that. How do you do that?
I hear that a lot. And I don't believe that's true. I believe that's something you've decided. And I believe that you are far more open to mystery and magic and fantasy and adventure. And your life, in fact, is not a documentary that needs to be told exactly the way that it's happened. Your life is a fairy tale fantasy adventure that you are making up as you go along.
Get on the ride, man. That sounds way more fun when you say it that way.
It does.
Life can be so much more fun than we're allowing it to be. And I know how hard that is. I set a fucking timer to cry for 7 minutes a day because that's all the time I had to do it when I was busting my ass. And it's not that it doesn't take a lot of hard work to build momentum. It does. But when you have the momentum going, baby, catch that wave. No better analogy than surfing. Ride it out. You've got this. The universe is always going to throw you another Chelsea Handler in her bra at 3 a.m. The magic that can be coordinated on your behalf when you are doing good and having fun is absolutely unlimited. There's very little competition for people that are like manifesting big dreams and doing super fun shit. And there's so many more cooperative components than we all realize. So lean into the magic, lean into it for real, for realsies.
So when is the last time you've cried about work?
Oh, fucking, are you shitting me? A couple days ago? I don't know. For sure not more than 72 hours. I don't even remember. For sure not more than 72 hours.
Was it more work related or was it just like the state of the world right now? I
don't even remember. It's probably everything all together.
Yeah.
I definitely feels like they're related. Like even if it's even if it's not, like just the weight of everything adds to the normal weight of like business stresses, and it's like all compounds to make it that much worse right now.
I know. I mean, I feel that way. I mean, it's almost like I quit saying it, especially to Kate, because who is, I mean, if I'm not doing something, she knows it or she feels it, because we're a team. It's just been so overwhelming. It's really, really hard to put on a smile on your face. And sometimes, I don't know, it's just really heavy knowing that it's not about me, it definitely keeps me going, but, it's pretty heavy right now.
There is a real true thing that Esther Hicks said. So this is not originally from me. Esther Hicks says she's the best-selling author of Ask and It Is Given and a whole slew of New York Times bestsellers. And that is that everything falls of its own economic weight. And as someone who certainly is not a PhD economist, but probably has a stronger understanding of economics than your average bear and has been a member of the Global Economic Institute for decades, this is going to fall of its own economic weight. So when you have 16% of the people owning 84% of the things, and then they want to go bomb other countries because they want more of the things, that's a true mental illness. Yeah. So you have people who they're in their fucking 80s Are you shitting me right now?
Mm,
And they do
yeah.
not want to spend their very few last remaining years with their family, with their friends, traveling the world. The world is their oyster. It's at their disposal. They have all of the things, but instead they just want to be grubby little folks who go and take things from other places in a very nefarious, illegal manner. That seems like let's doubt.
Yeah.
And that seems like perhaps that's not who should be leading us all. And why
Just
does
saying. Yeah.
I am just saying. And so why does so much percentage of the population think that that's A-O-fucking-K and the right thing?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's because those grubby little greedy motherfuckers own every single media channel.
Yeah.
So if you've ever seen an article or watched a reel or gotten a newspaper or read a book or thought you were getting news on any station owned by the folks who are all fucking up and down the Epstein list, let's do not that. And they said, hey, these people are your problem and we're great over here on all sides. Everyone's like, well, what happens when your favorite politician's in the Epstein file? I'm like, bitch, I do not have a favorite politician.
That's
What's wrong with you?
Exactly.
And all of the no to all of that.
Yes.
Right.
So the only reason people believe that this is an okay thing or a correct assumption, or I think these people are the problem over here because they're getting SNAP benefits. I'm like, cool. Oh, yeah. So not the person that diverted all of the money over to Argentinian farmers instead of putting $40 billion into American farmers, $40 billion into Argentinian farmers. That's not the problem. Yo, babe. Pretty sure that's the problem.
Yeah.
But so to divide us against each other, that is the strategy. That is what's working.
And it worked. Yeah, it worked.
It did. And it can only go on for so long because they have made a critical error of destroying their base because they did give $40 billion, which seemed like quite, I would look into the money trail on that. Oh, all right, let's bring it back up.
Yeah.
Next question.
What is the one thing you're currently avoiding in your life?
Oh, right now I should be. I really should be doing more exercise. I've gained a little weight back, and I'm just starting to address that. And I'm going kicking and screaming because I'm tired and I don't have a lot of time. But I really would love to get back in shape and make that a priority again.
That's a good one, but it's hard to make the time. I feel like just part of it is like hard to make the time for yourself. For I feel like that's a universal experience for people our age and like us.
And our bodies are literally working against us at this age. I mean, it's given both fingers. It's terrible. Oh my God. Yeah. I mean, 50, I hit 50 and then it was just like, nah, we're peacing out. We're deuces and we're done. We've carried you long enough, Erin. You're on your own.
Yeah.
100% on your side from this point forward.
Kate, do you have another question?
Yeah. Okay. If you could go back to the beginning of Sticker Junkie, what's one thing you wish, like, what would you tell yourself then based on where you are now and what you know now?
In 1999 or in 2023?
Both.
Anytime. Yeah.
Ooh. In 1999, girlfriend, fucking wake up. Just focus on this company. What the fuck are you doing? Stickers is a $42 billion space, babe. What are you doing? In 2023, I would say, don't worry about a single thing. The ride is going to be sweet. You have no idea what's coming. Stickergate could not be possibly any better. And you're going to get more brilliant ideas than you can possibly imagine. This is going to go so much better than you could ever even conceive of for yourself. So you don't need to waste 1 minute worrying. Just go run, fly, run fast, run as fast as you can because the ride is going to be sweet.
Is there a job that you took that you were like, oh my gosh, I should never have done that job
in my life?
With Sticker Junkie. Yeah.
No. And Brian and I just had this conversation this morning because he's been going top down at Sticker Junkie and he's starting to go bottom up at Sticker Junkie. And what I mean by that is like when I walked in the door, I fired everyone. And I had to learn that company from the ground up. When Brian came into the company over a year later, we had made so much progress that he did all of our regulatory compliance for us to get to 100 million in revenue, which is a daunting task. And he just now is going in and learning the ground up business, but it's only been beneficial. All of the like shipping boxes until 4 a.m. and then swapping shifts and sleeping for 3 hours and getting up and working for the next 20 hours. It's all worked out really well for me to have a granular experience within my company.
Yeah, for sure. What is something you think first time founders just like get wrong? Like across the board, a common thing
that's
that
a
first
good
time
one.
people get wrong.
I mean, a first time founder, it's going to be hard. It's going to be a lot. A first time founder, make money first, make as much money as you can. A lot of it depends, because if you're a founder in a company that requires a lot of dollars, then there's going to be something that investors talk about and you talk about called a burn rate. Treat it like it's your own money. You're hemorrhaging cash. You are not burning cash. That's a disgusting term. It's horrifying. Also, for first-time founders like yourself of small businesses, you need to be paying yourself. You cannot do this for free forever. That's why we created the sticker packs. You can't. And you are important and integral to the process, and the company doesn't exist without you. So it's beyond important that you get paid. It's also beyond important that you put a dollar figure on your time. And even if that dollar figure is only $30 or $40 an hour or $50 an hour, anything that costs less than that dollar figure, when you can reasonably afford it, it should be your goal to hire that thing out. Yeah. Because my mentor said this to me: you're always going to be able to pack boxes better than anybody else in the history of packing boxes, packs boxes, if that's your thing that you're doing. And you very much do not want to spend your day packing boxes. Not that there's anything wrong with packing boxes. Somebody, that's their best job if you pay them $30 an hour to do it. Spend your time on the things that either pushes the company forward, makes the company money, or you are the only person that can do it, and everything else delegate out to somebody else, because they will get it 70 or 80 or 90% of the way there. They will present it to you. You will do modifications. They will present it to the company, and you'll have a really highly functioning team. Do not expect yourself to work for free. That's been overlaid for women for millennia. You are important and valuable. Pay yourself first.
I think you are so right. That is something that I think that women have done for as long as I've known women. We just devalue ourselves so bad.
Society devalues us. It is on purpose. We have been told that our work is not important. I had a man with me that was inept by any measure a long time ago, but he was so proud because I pay well, that he was the breadwinner of the family. And his wife, I don't do this when I come home. And I'm like, bitch, you came to a dream fucking vacation of a job. You have 3 hellion children. I have met them. They're a goddamn fucking handful. You are on vacation when you are here for 8 hours a day and you can go make a latte. Shut your fucking mouth. Your wife has 18 million times harder of a job than you. You don't help her when you go home. You're finished. She could come into my company and dominate. And that's why I so strongly hire mothers. Are you kidding me? Single mothers? Do you know the degree of multitasking you have to be doing in an isolated society to raise a child?
Yeah.
Give me a break.
Good to know. Single moms looking for a job.
Yeah. We will have full daycare. Junkie. We are working towards it.
That's amazing.
Our first sticker Junkie baby is on the way, and we're figuring out our daycare policy. It is. We just had the baby shower. It was adorable.
That's awesome.
That is awesome.
I feel like you have been in phases where you're like, go, go, go. You're pushing so hard, sleeping at the office, like doing all the things all night. How do you know when to do that and when to step back?
Dollars. Yeah. So there's metrics that we hit of like, when I hit this dollar amount, I am okay. When I hit this dollar amount, I can take a breath. When I hit this dollar amount, I can tell Brian, go run fast and tell me how many sales that I can get. And then when we hit that daily total dollar amount, I say, okay, cool. We're just going to pause for a second because we have to catch up to this. So when you're in a scaling company, you have to figure out what your production capacity is. And ours is insane because we don't have a cute ass fucking toaster that we can just go order 5,000 of, and making them is somebody else's problem. We have give us your custom things and we'll go print them from scratch in an impeccable way that you're going to love. And we're going to handle them with care and get them to you, and they're going to look perfect. That's a way different experience, except for it also works out because we're in control of our quality control. In most businesses, you're ordering something from overseas, and it might be good and it might be not, and it might be good and it might be not from the same exact factory under the same exact parameters. And we don't have those issues. So it's a dollar figure. So the next pause that I'm taking a pause right now for the next 2 weeks because we have some catching up to do. And the next pause that I will do is when we stabilize at 14,400 or 14,800 per day. And then once we've stabilized there, I'll take a tiny pause and then we'll jump up again. We'll do double or triple from there.
That's awesome.
And like, how the fuck do I even know how to do that? Yeah, I've started 18 or to 21 companies. I don't even know how many. I only say 14 because I can pull 14 out of them, my pretty little mind, no matter how many glasses of wine I've had. And so, but I've started so many companies, and that's something you just only learn with time.
Yeah. Do you have, out of all the ones that you've founded, do you have one that's like your baby?
Sticker
like
Junkie.
Is it? Okay.
It is.
That's what I figured.
It was my first like real bread and butter company. My real like, I started it in 1999, and like it really is a $42 billion space. It started out as a bumper sticker generator that we still have on the site. And that's all we sold was 2 different sizes of bumper stickers. And we sold $4 million a year of shit that people could just like type into a generator and order. And then we started with custom die cut, all the things. It's just like, it's my little sweetie. It's crazy that I'm back in it. I never thought that I would rebuild this company. Never. I went in kicking and screaming. I did not want to. If I sold that Solana for 220, I would not have.
Why didn't you want to?
Because I hated people. I did not want to be around people. I did not want to manage people. I didn't want to manage the problems and difficulties of people. I liked being private and quiet and by myself. And I didn't want to have to come do all the things I've had to do to be back in this company.
Has it been a very different experience, like the things you've had to do when you came back versus when you started it?
Yes, because I was just floating on luck and magic. Like I was a contestant on The Apprentice, so everybody knew who my website was, and they bought bumper stickers, and there was no competition. And Sticker Mule didn't even start until 2011, and I started in 1999, but I did not go secure all those contracts. Sticker Giant and I started the same month, but they capped at a certain point with the previous owner, and now they've sold to private equity. And so there's so much room in this space that everybody can win. Everybody can win. There's so many big companies with big contracts. If you open your refrigerator door and you look at a condiment, it's going to have 2 or 3 stickers just on every condiment. So this is a large, multi-billion-dollar space. And so to not sort of recognize that more and take advantage of that and capitalize on it and secure big contracts, but I wouldn't take it back for anything, nothing.
Right. It's crazy.
When do you feel the most powerful?
It's actually really funny, but I have a private podcast with one of my girlfriends, May Fox, who's writing my book, which is obviously called You're Going to Think I'm a Pathological Liar. And I tell her the behind the scenes, because the thing is, most of the shit that's happening, that's the most fucking incredible shit that's happening, I cannot talk about because law and lawyers and shit. And also my competitors listen to this podcast. So I cannot say out loud words to my best, most brilliant strategies. But I've had some fucking bangers. Some shit where I'm like, how the fuck am I 52 years old and I have never recognized that I'm one of the best salespeople in the world and that my mind is so brilliant that I barely even can handle it at some points. But I never thought of myself that way because I was made on purpose to doubt myself at every turn, just like every other Gen X woman was. But the degree of brilliance that I have uncovered myself in the rebuilding the company is fucking stupidly ridiculous. Like, bitch, let's go. We are going to hit 22 million in revenue this year, and we're going to hit 100 and something next year. And like the alleyways that are opening up before me to change the company, to empower all of our employees to be on a living wage and buy a house and have a retirement and have kids. The impact that I can make locally, nationally, globally by coalescing people who were all agreeing with each other and we're in the majority. I can't even imagine how powerful I feel. And she's the only person, because we're NDA'd with each other, who gets the behind the scenes real deal. And when I'm telling her what's next, and she's like, that's when, because then I see it manifest in reality within the next couple months, and it's probably when.
That's awesome.
Yeah, Kate and I, we can't just go out and tell our ideas because it's like we don't know how long it's going to take to implement them, and so we don't want to put any promises out there, you know. So
and just brainstorming and having ideas. It's just not having enough time or resources, or time in the day, resources, all the things to do them. I mean, some of them, Andrea, like you've come up with some good ideas for us that we were like, we need to do that. but
I
there's only
do.
so many,
I do. And so part of what's coming in the future with Power Chick Mafia, one of my companies, and I'm not even charging right now for this kind of stuff that I say on podcasts. And I don't even want to start it as a business. I just want women to understand there is a road map. And so eventually in a year or two or three or four, a year or two really, the little blue cart will be an example. Like, just go try this, just go try this. And then a whole bunch of other women will go try this. And this is not my first rodeo. If I say go try this, there's a real good chance it's going to go well.
Right.
And a lot of us have been so misled. And then you have this whole course universe. So like, I'm going to sell you a course on how to be an entrepreneur. I'm like, cool. What is your highest yielding revenue year? In one of your companies that is not a course company. That does not have anything to do with you convinced people to pay you $2,000 to teach them to do something that you yourself, in fact, do not know how to do because you, in fact, have never done it. Okay. So when somebody comes to me and says, I want to build a company that does $2 to $4 million in revenue so that I can pay myself $100,000 to $140,000 a year, I can say, okay, cool. Tell me what your revenue model is. Tell me what your business model is. Let's see how we can dig deep on things that are low hanging fruit that might bring in a whole lot of more dollars to the door because I've done it 100,000 times. When I restarted this company, I had this a person that I knew that was wanting to give me advice who had never started a company that did $1 million in revenue, had only known me when I was retired and had experienced me in failing in a couple of points in business and kept trying to give me advice. And I was like, that's the stupidest fucking shit I've ever heard. And she's like, that's a great idea. And I'm like, you literally sound like a toddler who has just learned how to read to me Dr. Seuss. And it doesn't work. And that's what I've read and everything. And I'm like, cool. So a bunch of dudes wrote a thing that you bought who have never built anything or have built something after 4 iteration tries and lost the money of their startup capital angel investors 3 of the 4 times. And they did something that sort of kind of worked. And then they sold courses. That's a really common trajectory. But if you come up to a thing where you're like, wait, actually, how do I sell more of this so I can put money into my poqueta? If you've never done that before, you literally don't know how to do that before. So if you have heard how people start $1 million company, but you've never built $1 million company, spoiler a fucking alert, you don't know how to build $1 million company. And if you're taking a page away from my book, it is to have a long-term plan and to patiently, consistently execute against it. And most people do not have the capacity to do that. And they will tell you really loudly that you're failing while you do that. And I'm like, cool, bitch. So there's a reason that most Shark Tank companies fail, and it's because all they want to do is get dollars in the door, but they can't execute on the orders when they come in. So there's a whole lot of planning in advance that has to happen for whatever size of a company that you're at. And nobody that I don't believe anybody has ever showed that in real time before me right now of like, no, you have to actually put all of these pieces in place. Otherwise you're going to get to here and you're going to have a viral spark moment. You're going to do $4 million or $6 million in revenue. You're not going to be able to execute against those orders. So you have a whole bunch of people over here selling courses for like anywhere from $297 to $29.97 who don't know at all fucking whatsoever how to build a company. And then you have a whole bunch of people over here who are like very successful and have built lots and lots of companies. And they're just like me. And guess what? They don't ever need to teach anybody anything. Why would they? They're busy. They're retired. And you might get sued if you teach somebody something that's wrong. And then you have me in the center who's the only one who just lost everything. And I'm like, I'll tell you every secret and every story. I won't even charge you for it. But literally, this is how you actually make money. Put one foot in front of another and charge for your time. And people like, I think that what I'm going to prove with you guys is something I've been wanting to prove for a long time with Little Blue Cart. People want to support you. They want to buy your super packs. They want you to have money in your paquetas. They want you to pay yourself because they want you to exist, because they want to use your service. And they want your service to be even better. Yeah. But there's something like, there's this small segment, like I talked about the polarization of the internet. There's a small segment and they're so small. They're like 8 or 9% of the population, but they're so loud that if you're stuck in their algorithm, you feel like they're 100% of the people who are like, you're a sellout if you get paid. So don't listen to people who are angrily typing in your mother's basement. Yeah. And most people are getting their feedback from that 1 or 2 or 10 or 12, or especially if they get ratioed negative comments from people that can't build anything anyway. How many employees do you have? How much revenue do you have? That's the degree to which you can advise me on how to do anything. And you cannot have inherited it by the fucking way, like some of my competitors have. It has to be something you built, not that you renamed and repurposed, something that you from scratch built yourself. Because there's nothing impressive to me about like, I inherited this big company. Did you? Genius. Let me get my notebook real quick. I'll bring it with my pen. I'll for sure want to hear all about how smart that was.
Exactly. I do have a final question then. So since on the East Coast, it is past dinner time. How do you see the success of Sticker Junkie? Like, what does that success look like for Sticker Junkie?
I'm going to try not to cry. I have a vision of a campus that is many acres. That is 50 maybe acres. We'll probably start out with 5 and expand, and we'll get a surrounding area that has hiking trails and walking trails cut through it. Sorry. Wine that has because I've been envisioning it lately because I'm a big believer in visualization. And we have the first Sticker Junkie baby coming. That's like a daycare and a gym and like a workout area and a restaurant, vegetarian, of course, because they hate the smell of cooking meat, but live your life. But if you're going to eat on meat, it's going to be vegetarian. And that has like a playground for all the Sticker Junkie kids. And that has like running dog park areas. And that has like I can take Rico on hikes for miles throughout the area that has the best feeling vibe that you can imagine, where everybody is not just making a living wage, but they're thriving because a company like this has the profits to sustain that. Or we have a concierge service where we have the best clients and the best lives. We have a whole like bunch of different buildings. One of them is like an entertainment building where we shoot all of the podcast and entertainment arm of the company, because I'm not just rebuilding Sticker Junkie, I'm rebuilding all of my companies, but I'm never selling any of them to private equity. And it's a self-sustaining life where every single person that works for me is thriving and living whatever life they want. I say something a lot to my employees that as I start to make money, they are just truly starting to understand, as while I am still $2.2 million in debt, they are getting raises. And they understand how quickly everything is coming backwards to us with these different programs that we're just about to launch. I want for you whatever life that you want for you. If you want to go see every antique bookstore in Europe, I want you to be able to take 2 or 4 or 6 weeks or however long you would like to do that. If you want to have 3 kids, which one of my lead people does, I want you to be able to have 7 months of maternity leave to bond with your children. And I want to make sure that you're in an appropriate position when you do that. And so I think that in America, we have become so divorced from the fact that we are a community. And we have been brainwashed into believing in isolationism and anger and othering. I want for people who work for me to have whatever life that they want. And the life that I want feels like a fairy tale adventure, like it's magical. And that's the true success, is when everyone in my company is thriving and doing well. And they're there because they want to be there, not because they have to be there. And it's the most coveted place to work in the country and perhaps the world.
That's amazing. That's amazing.
I can't wait till we can come have a retreat there. Our little part.
Yeah.
I can't too, and I can't believe we've fallen so far away from each other that we have been convinced that we should be putting only money in the pockets of a few very wealthy folks instead of distributing and sharing the wealth among ourselves. If every single person in that company made that company successful, if someone doesn't ship the boxes don't get shipped. And so why do I want Kiana, who is very often, or Alex, or anyone who is very often, that's their day, is shipping boxes? Would I not like them also to own a house and live a life and take a vacation? I'm sorry. Who made that the norm?
Yeah.
Not women. Not women. Women did not do that. So why would I not pay every person on my staff $85,000 a year base salary?
Right.
It's not that somebody else can't earn 560, 7x up. They can. It's that, why don't I want everyone to win? There had to be so much false conditioning for us to believe that that was a good idea. Yeah. And so for us to get over that there and become the most coveted place to work for, and the most caring, and extend tendrils out into our communities, local, national, global, that's success for my companies. All of them.
That's awesome. That's really, really awesome.
I feel like it's
your success is their success, and vice versa.
Yeah. It's the embodiment, which I feel like you do in a lot of ways, not just a Sticker Junkie, but rising tide lifts all boats. Like it's very much like, why why are we trying
Yes,
to live a
please, let's
success?
go. Why do we want boats at the bottom? Let's not. My dad was a submarine man. That's a no. And so if you like that and you feel that way and you buy custom stickers, come buy from me at stickerjunkie.com.
That's right.
That was a slick advertisement right there.
Sure was. Sure was.
She's pro. She's pro.
Use the code STICKERLOVE and save 10% off. Yeah. All right, you guys.
Awesome.
Thank you for insightful, awesome questions. I leave here buzzed and happy on Dirty Tea.
Cheers.
That was awesome.
So yes, thank you so much.
Thank you so much. And I literally can't wait to show you the next version of your sticker pack so you can blow the doors off of it.
Yeah.
They're so cute. They're so cute.
We're so excited. Thank you so much.
I can't wait. I can't wait. And you guys, we have a directive. We need to make enough money for these ladies to get paid and for them to rebuild their site in Shopify. So go fucking buy a sticker pack. Shit, they're not quite available yet, but they're going to be. And by the time that you see this reel, they'll be up. Thank you, Erin. Thank you, Kate.
Thank you.
For listeners, join us next week on Andrea Lake 101, The Making of a Billionaire. Grab your popcorn, grab your wine. And as always, I will come in piping hot with all of the tea.